Okay, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this session in the Now Intelligence area. I'm one of your hosts today. My name's Dale Cheeseman. As you can tell by my accent, I'm not from the shores of America. I'm from the UK, and with me today is my colleague from the Netherlands, Joost van Poppel, who's also an advisory solution consultant. And today we're going to take you through the unlocking of the power of AI and analytics with Now Intelligence. So without further ado, I'm going to progress through. Now, the first thing is, from a safe harboring perspective, please note that everything that you're looking here are forward-looking statements, and please take a look at this message, and please do not plan your deployments as based on decisions in forecasting forward, as these may change. Bit of housekeeping before we get going. Please stay on mute. There is a Q&A after the presentation. Please use the Q&A to ask any questions throughout the session. Feel free to introduce yourself when asking a question. We love to know who you are and where you're from. The session will be recorded and shared on the ServiceNow community after this session completes. And after the session ends, you'll be prompted to fill out a short survey. We appreciate your feedback. Okay, so that's the housekeeping stuff done. So, as I said, my name's Dale Cheeseman. I'm the Senior Advisory in the Now Intelligence Group, based in the UK, in a place called Manchester. And my primary focus here is to provide technical overview, deep dives in the Now Intelligence products. With me today is my colleague from the Netherlands, Joost van Poppel. So Joost, if you want to come off mute and introduce yourself.
Yeah, thanks, Dale. Welcome, everybody. My name is Joost van Poppel, as said, based in the Netherlands, in the south, Eindhoven. Well, I have the same role as Dale. We are in the same team covering EMEA. And later on, I will show you a demo of the Now Intelligence story that Dale is going to tell about.
Okay, so thanks, Joost. So before we get going, just a short poll for you here. So as of today, which of the Now Intelligence capabilities are you most interested in? Performance analytics, virtual agent, predictive intelligence, process optimization, or hell yes, I want all of it. So short poll should be appearing any second now. Just give it a couple of seconds while we answer. I'm hoping everybody says all, so I can see the results. I think we published them at the end. A couple more seconds. Got a few creeping in. Okay. All right. So vast majority of everybody's interested in all. And for everybody who's interested in all, good, because you're going to get a whirlwind tour of the Now Intelligence Group. And what we're going to show you today is we're going to talk about what we want to introduce in the Now Intelligence. It's very important, as of the San Diego release, is the concept of hyperautomation. But contained in there is a lot of the Now Intelligence product sets. And Joost is going to take you through some demonstrations of these products. But what we want to sort of hear, what we want you to see is the product, but don't be put off with how complicated you think this is. A lot of these tool sets that we're going to show you today can be deployed relatively, really quickly because they're on platform. So without further ado, I'm going to proceed. Now, couple of slides. I'm going to present for about 10-15 minutes, and then you'll get to the good stuff. But why I wanted to show you this is the game has changed in the digital business. And even before the pandemic, you know, organizations wanted to automate. They wanted to expedite their processes. And these reports here from Accenture, MIT Tech Review, and McKinsey, they all start talking about being future ready. Now, the thing about it is, 2 years ago, you know, we were all faced with the world shutting down. The need for automation increased due to remote distributed working environment, most of our businesses found themselves in. Studies shown that intelligently automating work helps companies get more work done faster. Whether we're in the offices or we're in the work in a distributed or remote environment, intelligent automation leveraging our platform alleviates the burden of repetitive work and boosts efficiencies of the entire workforce. With these reports, Accenture found that amid the current economic uncertainty, a small core of companies, and it was around 7%, have actually achieved nearly twice the efficiency and 3 times the profitability of their peers. These are future-ready companies and have doubled down on digital transformation and retooled operating models, pivoting from incremental improvements to wholesale reinvention. MIT Tech Review's comments ran an article showing that productivity is on a huge upward curve, largely down to AI investments. The past decade has delivered an astonishing cluster of technology breakthroughs. The most important ones are in AI, the development of machine learning algorithms that have a direct positive impact on human productivity. And finally, McKinsey's study shows that in the era of the workplace upheaval, companies that create tailored, authentic experiences strengthen employee purpose, ignite energy, and elevate the organization's wide performance. So this is really important. So why we're talking about these slide contents is leaders that are transforming their operating model. Why hyperautomation? To achieve these outcomes, leaders are employing this hyperautomation strategy, which remains how people and business process actually work. Most people have felt supported by their organizations through COVID-19 pandemic. However, there are still many challenges. Many companies exploring hybrid working models with focusing on enhancing efficiency. Let's be more productive, increasing knowledge and intelligence, and most of all, nurturing an employee experience that creates a sense of belonging. Employees are hungry for trust, social cohesion, and purpose. They want to feel that their contributions are being recognized, that their team is truly collaborative to drive efficiency and productivity. But at the same time, automation can be used to replace what otherwise be considered unproductive tasks. For example, allowing workers to spend time doing what they enjoy more, increasing their knowledge and intelligence, working on higher value tasks, powered by data and information at their fingertips, delivered by AI recommendations, intelligence increases significantly. Finally, providing a great employee experience requires a profound reorientation away from traditional top-down model to one based on fundamental of design thinking. This shift allows companies to put its workers first by exploring and responding to how they view their employees' journeys, then delivering tailored interventions that focus on critical moments that matter to maximize satisfaction, performance, and productivity. Okay, so hopefully this sort of makes sense. But the thing about this is that efficiency, these operational outcomes can have direct attributed and clear financial results as well. Results that improve not just the bottom line, top line revenue and retention to the most valuable asset, people. Efficiency reduces operating costs. Seems a simple idea, but if a service request takes less time to fulfill or an incident outage is resolved faster, then it's going to save time and money. Similarity, and you're going to see in the demonstration with intelligence, upskilling workers to do more, see more and understand more, improves productivity, increases satisfaction, and reduces operational risk. It's directly linked to the improved employee experience, feeling more valued, and ultimately results in a better talent retention and driving revenue. So I've gone through all of this because we want to introduce you to the single platform of hyperautomation. We are very unique in our approach. We have a maximum simplicity for automation by anyone. And if I can automate, anybody can. Dynamic processes, consistent user experience, single data model for complete insight. The Now platform enables you to evolve your automation capabilities. And what we're introducing here are the 4 pillars. And in the 4 pillars, you can see discover, automate, apply AI, and optimize. Now, inside of each of those pillars, there are phases and applications that are used, from automating tasks and processes to apply intelligence with the AI, to optimize existing processes and discover new automation opportunities. The Now platform has it all in one experience. And for anybody today joining the call, thinking about Now Intelligence and AI, well, anybody who's have these products or are looking to take these products, you're already going to be on the hyperautomation journey. Because as this slide shows here, all of these things that you can see are a part of ITSM Pro. So what we're going to do today is we're going to run through quite a few of these. And my slides are going to get very quick now because my colleague Joost, he's going to pick up on some of this content and he's going to take you through the journey. Now, as we said, we only have a small window here, so we have to get through quite a lot. So what I plan to do is at the end, we have a Q&A. We also have a round table that you can sign up for that will be posted in the chat. And the thing about it is that if you want to see more of deeper dives of these technologies, please reach out to your aligned account exec or your aligned SC for more information. So the first tool, automation discovery. This is a cool way of finding out, where do you start? Where do I take a look at automation discovery? Looking at my data to actually come back to me based off NLU wording structures and prioritize my automation. Tell me where my conversations, my virtual agent chatbots are. Or it can also highlight where your ITOM potentials are, where your noisy records are. So this is the first introduction to the AI piece and machine learning and Now Intelligence, is actually finding out where your automation capabilities are. The next thing you're going to see, process mining. People hear of process mining being able to uncover potential bottlenecks, increase your resolution by finding these bottlenecks, finding out where you've got gaps or bottlenecks and seeing what you can do to improve those processes. We refer to this as process optimization. Get deeper visibility into your process, gather insights on your bottlenecks, and track the business value from the process improvements. You're also going to then move into the apply AI piece. And in the apply AI area, that's a mouthful, you're actually going to start to see the virtual agent. Where can the virtual agent benefit me? Giving my employees that greater option, including the ability to request something 24 hours a day, being able to answer those, what I refer to as the low-hanging fruit, high repetition, low complexity information, but taking the bot further with our automate capabilities in the automation hub, being able to actually get the bot to do things for me, actually driving changes. So being able to provide these helpful services without having to hire and train additional staff. So this is giving you this ability. And with the virtual agent, we expect to see over 50% of requests deflected. Imagine how much work you can get done when the bot is taking place for you. Contained in that bot is the natural language querying, being able to take a phrase and translate it into an utterance for the virtual agent, or translate that utterance and put it into a query and actually query the analytics data and come back with the best answer and best visual for what you've said. You're also going to get to see classification framework. Classification is learning historical information to predict an outcome. So based off a short description, I could set my assignment group, my category, my service. So as this slide is showing here, based off a short description, this can prioritize the priority and also set the category. You're going to get to see Similarity Framework. And for me, coming from a support organization, Similarity is the most easy deployable piece of tech in the Now Intelligence area, because it's not fundamentally going to change anything. It's going to add information to your agents, being able to be told similar records that's relevant to them. being presented with knowledge articles, being given major incident detection. Similarity Framework is the easiest, fastest way to improve your agents. Clustering Framework, being able to uncover opportunities with improvement in unsupervised machine learning. The clustering framework is going to do that by clustering your records and grouping them together for where you could see proactive problem management, or you can identify virtual agent candidates. The regression framework, this is the final part of the AI piece, being able to use that numerical model of learning from records to be able to predict resolution time. The AI search platform feature, but enhanced with AI search and our technology, giving that greater searchable knowledge, being able to answer questions in a format in a conversational way, being very smart to understand the user's intent and then provide relevant proactive information for them. AI ops is a part of predictive intelligence. So as I mentioned, we all have AI embedded in all of our applications and workflow from HR to ITBM. I want you to pull this example, which is AI ops. We have a unique way of utilizing predictive intelligence to actually find those AI operation potentials. So then we move out of AI and we move into the final piece, which is the optimize area. These are when we start to talk about KPI Composer, a plugin that you can install, which makes your design of your performance analytics into a digital footprint where you can design and create prototypes. You can visually plan how your KPIs are going to support your business goals and receive a validated task list for your PA admin to actually build these out. Also, finally, performance analytics. This is, for me, the bread and butter of the application for me. Coming from that analytical background, being able to switch from that reactive state reporting, and we've all seen it in Excel and so on, which is all out of date, being able to report and delve into on-platform data and switch from that reactive state to that more proactive state of play. So this is what you're going to see. These are the 4 pillars of hyperautomation: discover, automate, apply AI, and optimize. This is the hyperautomation. The automation hub is the newest part of the technology with RPA. There is going to be other sessions around that. But with that, I want to hand off to my colleague, Joost, who's going to provide you a whirlwind demo of some of the Now Intelligence capabilities. So with that, I'm going to pass over to Joost. Thank you, Joost.
Okay, thanks, Dale, for that great introduction. I will share my screen. Let me go there. So to take over from the last slide from Dale. So what we're going to see in the demo are parts of the hyperautomation platform that you see here. So what we want to show you is the following. So a few things. We want to show you the virtual agent. So how can you deflect incidents from your service desk? So how can you alleviate pressure, getting those incoming incidents away via, for example, self-service? We want to show you how predictive intelligence works. So classification, similarity, what Dale was talking about. And next to that, we want to show you performance analytics. So how can you optimize, where to focus on, how to excel on your KPIs. And we also want to show you process optimization. So how does process mining work within ServiceNow? So looking at your process, where are the bottlenecks, etc., and apply automation on that, or see where you can improve your process. So actually, we will start with process optimization. So this is the discovery phase of the hyperautomation journey. And let me go to my right screen here. So process optimization, it's our process mining capability, and important to stress out, like all of our technologies mentioned, is that they are on platform, so really easy to start working with this. If you execute a mining activity with process optimization, And this is done for the incident process. So you see here, we run it on the incident process on 38,000 records. You will be presented with, of course, output. So we'll have a summary and insights tab showing you some performance analytics, KPI dashboards, indicators. We have already some improvement opportunities. With process optimization, we also run automation discovery. So those two are, since our San Diego release, are integrated. So when you do a mining activity, you also will be shown automation opportunities. So you will see where are opportunities in my incident base to address automation. For example, where can I apply virtual agent conversation? I have, for example, account unlocks. I have here see password resets. I see the mean time to resolve. I see the sort of insights in this cluster, and I get already triggered that there is something pre-built for this. So there are out-of-the-box capabilities with our virtual agent available to address this particular cluster of incidents. And then the other thing, process mining itself. So going to the analyst workbench, this is the output of the mining. So the mining of those 38,000 records shows you eventually how all this went through, from how the incidents went through ServiceNow. So they of course started with new, and eventually they somehow got resolved, closed, and the process ends. But where are my bottlenecks in the process? So I can start looking, for example, for specific use cases and start saying, okay, I want to see reassignments. So I want to see where in my process are reassignments occurring. So I can, for example, state I want to see all the reassignments that all the incidents that have one reassignment. So I will be shown a process. So now I only see from those 38,000 records, I see 7.1 thousand records that have been reassigned only once. And this of course has some metrics, but I can start comparing this with an other filter. So I can say here, and I have something saved as well. I can state here, show me everything with a reassignment count greater than 1. So if I do this, I will see everything that has more than 1 reassignment. And now I can get some insight. So immediately I'm being proposed with some model statistics, and also the difference between my left-hand side model and my right-hand side model. So of course, reassigning incidents, this certainly will not lower your mean time to resolve, and that's also what we see here. But we also see how much this is. So we actually know, okay, if we reassign more than once, on average for those 38,000 records, it takes 1 week, 4 days, and 21 hours longer. So we want to get this number down, because if you get this number down, you're working more efficient, and eventually this will all address to those higher company goals. So how do we do that? Well, we do this with applying automation. So our other pillar. So for example, in this case, reassignments, we can use the classification from predictive intelligence. So predicting the assignment group will certainly help get this number down. So lowering the mean time to resolve. And those automation opportunities I showed, password reset, we can do this with the virtual agent. So this is the first thing I want to show you in my other screen. So imagine, for example, I don't know my password anymore. This is something you don't want coming in as an incident, because you want to allow for self-service, and we can do this with the virtual agent. And what I'm going to show you is out of the box. So I can, I'm not logged in at this moment, but I can still state I want to reset my password. So when I reset my password, for when I type in this, the NLU kicks in and recognizes what I mean. And it says you want to help with password reset. That's indeed correct. So because I'm not logged in, it will start verifying my identity. So in this case, I have to type in my email address. And now there are some two-factor authentication methods. In this case, I have a Q&A, so few questions to verify my identity, so I can type in the last digits of my credit card. Those are hidden at the moment, but I can also show them to see if I don't have any typos there. And this is helping me through the process. So what you're allowing me to reset my password myself. So now I'm verified and I can start typing in a new password. I don't want to actually reset it, so I do something wrong. But that's it. So this is an out-of-the-box capability that we have within ITSM Pro. The virtual agent, it's an out-of-the-box topic. What you're seeing, there's no configuration done to get this up and running. Next thing I want to show you is when I finally am logged in, and I'm going to a sort of different persona at the moment. So imagine I'm a Joe employee. In this case, I am logged in, and I'm in the service portal. So this is our employee portal. Just make this a bit bigger. And here I see what we can do in the portal. So here I have my AI search capability. So I can search and it will actually recognize my intent and get meaningful results back. But I also can open up the virtual agent here. So I can start a new conversation. So for example, here's state, let me state, oh, it's already started, but if I here state VPN is not working, so I have issues with VPN. Again, the NLU kicks in and it says you would like help with VPN connectivity. Yeah, that's correct. And I would start trying to help me getting me to solve my problem myself. So what type of machine are you trying to access from? It's a Mac, and it will give me some things to try to solve it myself. And going through, and I say this didn't work. And now I'm being taken through the knowledge base of my instance. So it tried to match this similar or articles that could resolve my problem. In this case, I state that I'm done and say that this didn't resolve my issue. And now I'm, because I couldn't help myself, I'm taken to an option to create a ticket for this. So I say create a ticket, and automatically now a ticket is created. But the thing is, the only thing I actually stated is that I cannot set up a VPN on a Mac. So I have problems with VPN on a MacBook, and but I didn't state where this needed to go. So the assignment group and also the category in this case are predicted with classification. So this is predictive intelligence kicking in, selecting the assignment group based on my historical data set. So I don't have to pick the assignment group myself from, I think there are 90 assignment groups in this instance. So the chances that I have this wrong are very high. And this, of course, will address this reassignment issue, what we just saw in process optimization. So anything else I can assist you with? Nope, I'm done. My experience was very well. So this is, well, not actually fully helping myself. So it was trying to help me, and eventually I'm taking to the to be able to create a ticket, but it will go directly to the right assignment group. I want to show you something else, is that the virtual agent can be addressed or can be accessed from anywhere. So we also quite often integrate this with Microsoft Teams. So let me just wake it up if it is not already. So again, here I'm being greeted, so it knows who I am. Also that I have a certain amount of open issues. So if I have any questions or I want to escalate any of those issues, I can access them. But in this case, I want to stay, for example, can't send email. So I have issues with my mail. And also here, the virtual agent is triggered and it recognizes via the NLU that I have email issues. That's indeed correct. And now again, it wants to tries to take me through some steps to help me solve my problem myself. So in this case, I can't send email. And it will be showing me some options. Okay, you can try this. It will also show me a link towards a YouTube video. So we have those integrations as well. So I say, I got it. And what I can do now is I can also, and I hope this worked because the last time there was some issues. So I want to speak to a live agent. So I don't want to take me through the topic. I want to actually speak to somebody because I want to have this email issue fixed. So in this case, I say, yes, that's correct. So now I can chat directly with a live agent. So I have another window open. So here we are with my famous colleague, Bet Anglin. So here we have a chat coming in. So if I accept this, I will be able to see the chat coming in from Joe. So I can see the previous conversation that was already taking place and I can start chatting. So what seems to be the problem? And this has been, let me move this next to each other. So this, I can go back and forward, right? So can't send email. And we chat back and forward, but eventually Bet decides to create, and let me also make this a bit bigger. Bet decides to create an instance for this because he can't help him directly. So we create an incident and we also say here, I'll send email to give it a short description. And again, here, there is an incident created only with the short description. But it already knows with whom I'm chatting. So it creates an incident for Joe. And also here we see category and assignment group are already, again, predicted. So Joe is being said that there is an incident being created. And this incident, again, is being routed to the correct agent. So let me refresh this. So it is in the conversation. So if I open up the incident, I actually start seeing what just has been created purely on the short description can't send email. So what I already said, category software and assignment group software are being automatically predicted. And this is done because I have 90 assignment groups. So picking the right one is hard from this many assignment groups. The next thing that I see here is that similarity is kicking in. So I have here my agent assist panel or pane. And based on the short description, so based on only the short description, it starts doing things for me. So it starts recognizing, in this case, that there is also a major incident. So there's already a major incident for this. So I can link the current incident to this major incident so that we are all working on similar incidents while there is one major incident for this. The other things that are also available within this agent assist is if I don't have a major incident, so let's click this away. I have knowledge items, so I have articles that are being collected, which are maybe addressing this issue of not be able to sending emails, so I can start looking in those articles. The other thing is that I want to solve this as quickly as possible. So if this incident is not the first time coming into my service desk, I can start looking for if there are any maybe similar resolved incidents. So again, based on this short description, it starts getting me similar incidents which are already being solved. And I can look into those incidents, see what happened. And if any of those incidents have the same issue and the same solution could be applied to my incident at hand, I can simply also copy the incident resolution, but more importantly, I don't have to figure out what the best solution for this problem is, because I can simply look at already solved incidents. So this is predictive intelligence helping the agent solve issues faster. So we have classification directing it to the right assignment group. And we have then, if it is at the right assignment group, we have similarity helping the agent in similar resolved issues. So bringing solutions, bringing knowledge articles, or if there is a major incident at hand, linking it to a major incident, or if I quickly after each other, there are many of those incidents coming in, it will propose to maybe create a major incident for this. All being aimed at helping the agent solve issues faster and optimize eventually the user experience on the other side. That's it for the virtual agents combined with predictive intelligence. The other thing that we want to show you as well is when we are in the optimize phase of hyperautomation, we have also something called performance analytics. So let me just refresh this. Nice. Sorry about this, was logged out. So let me go to my performance analytics dashboards. And I have several dashboards available, but one of the out-of-the-box dashboards available is this one for the IT manager. So we have several dashboards for particular roles in your organization. One of them is IT manager, and the relevant KPIs that we see as best practice for an IT manager are being placed in this dashboard. So I have an overview, for example, for the customer satisfaction score. How many breached SLAs do I have daily? Planned changes the next 7 days. And I can also dive into those indicators and drill down deeper. I have several tabs available. So open activity analysis. I have incident channel analysis. So I can see a lot of things, and I have those main widgets available on my dashboard. But again, as mentioned, I can also dig in and dive deeper to see what is the issue maybe with certain indicators. So for example, here I'm looking at resolved incidents by channels. So I see several channels where my incidents are coming in: phone, email, self-service, walk-in. So if I, for example, here have phone and I start going over this graph, I see my related indicators also changing. So I see over time how all my indicators are performing. And the same thing is for email. And what I see here is I have the same indicators, but if I stop hovering over this, I see that the mean time to resolve is actually colored red. So if I dive into this, I will see. So I'm now taken to the analytics hub, and what I see here is a trend over time. So coming from July 1st, 2021, I'm coming to where we are right now. So imagine that today is December 31st last year. This is where I am right now, and I also see that there is a trend line available. So based on my historical trend, it also predicts a forecast for the next coming days of how this indicator will perform. And as mentioned, this indicator was colored red, and that's because there's already a target set. So there is a target set here for 0.15 days. So this line you see here, So if I go into my targets, I see that there is a target for 0.15 days. So if I would clear this target, it will actually remove this red color. So that's it. So you based on your historical data, we start showing you where you came from, where you are right now, and also where you will be in the near future. And you can set targets where you want to be. So if you set those targets, so let me set a new one. Let's go a bit back. So I'll set the target and I say here, for example, that I want to be at not 0.15 days, but I want to be at 1.5 days. So if I would save this, then currently I see my target appearing. Currently I'm in the green. So if I go back now, I will see that my the color of my indicator will change. So based on let me take email. So based on setting targets within performance analytics, you can influence the widgets that are available on the dashboards, and within one view you will see if you are performing above or under target, and where you need to address issue, where you need to maybe optimize your process. And if you start digging into these indicators, so let's go back in. I actually have breakdowns available, and I need to clear my context. So if I now look at my average resolution time for all contact types, I also have the ability to view breakdowns for this particular indicator. So not only for things that coming in via email, I'll be, for example, able to see certain breakdowns for priority. So give me everything that is has a high priority. So now I see the trend line for all incidents that have a high priority. And also for this, so I see my target, which I just set, is not available anymore, but I can set a target here as well. So I can set a target here for priority 2 is high. I can set a target for this specific breakdown that I want all those incidents that have a priority high. I want, for example, those need to be fixed in 0.15 days as of. So if I save this, I have a new target set. And that's it. So per breakdown, you can set those targets in your analytics hub, and those will be taken back eventually on the widgets on your main dashboard. So that's the last part of our demo. So we tried to show all the pillars of hyperautomation. So we had process optimization and automation discovery. Where am I here? So we showed process optimization, automation discovery, the virtual agent combined with predictive intelligence and performance analytics. So hopefully this is give a clear view of how the Now platform can help you in your hyperautomation journey. Let's go back to our presentation. So we have a few other things mentioned. Let me check if I'm in the right, if I'm sharing the right screen. Yeah. So as said, we what we just saw, or this webinar is part of a series. So live on ServiceNow, all the things you have seen are part of a series. So they're all placed on the community and YouTube. We are following up today's session with a meetup next week. So I suggest you take your learnings from today and bring up your follow-up question to this meeting for a deep dive. But we also want to open up the floor for any questions right now. So I don't know if there are any questions for us. We have
I think Joost,
50 minutes left.
I think, Joost, we've given so much information, they're probably processing everything. There was one question that I did answer, but just for everybody on the call who may not have seen any of this technology before, this may be very overwhelming for you. But a lot of the technology that we deal with is very, very simple to deploy. And the tools that we want you to look at, really is to sort of say, what can the Now Intelligence ITSM Pro or Enterprise bring me that I can expand and improve my experience for my customers and my agents? So where we started talking about automation discovery, clustering analytics, finding those automation capabilities, looking at the AI technology to improve my customers' experience by routing tickets faster, looking at the Similarity Framework, being able to present my agents with information to expedite that process. So we've given you quite a lot in that short period of time. Now, obviously, the roundtable that's scheduled for the 19th of April, this is where you get your chance to come at us and ask any of your questions. Now, the Q&A is quiet, so what I'll do is I'll give it the once more around the room. If anybody has any questions they'd like to ask, I hope you've all enjoyed this, and I hope to see you all at the round table. So any more questions, potentials? If not, then I thank you all for joining today's session, and I look forward to the round table on the 19th. Thank you, everybody, and have a good evening. Thank you.
Thank you.